They never told me that gender fluidity is plastered across the pages of Hinduism. Research for a paper in one of my university courses uncovered that truth. It's funny how a religious studies course had to teach me about my own religion instead of just reaffirming what I knew. Sporting long, dreadlocked hair that falls past the middle of the back, and dressed in a tunic of animal skin, the Lord Shiva sits, one hand wrapped around his trident, and the other palm up, facing out like he is giving a blessing. And by his side, his vehicle steed, the bull, Nandi. The Lord of destruction and creator of life, we revere this deity, worshiping the Shiva Lingam, the shaft of light, the literal embodiment of the creation of life. Yet, somewhere along the way, people began to choose not to follow the written words. Sexuality was looked down upon, and it's stained to a natural act of nature, even though the imagery of creation and lust is everywhere. I've watched this deity in idolatry, striking a fierce pose with a hint of softness. In all of Shiva's glory, the ever-present divine masculine, a divine feminine exists. Shakti, power. And between the two, always balance, always power. And I feel like I am none of this. Yet all of this, balancing between effeminate and infamous, masculine and quintessential. Yet this version of Shiva is not one I remember growing up with. And I didn't even know about the energies until now. I am never quite able to figure out the space I exist in. The boxes of masculine and feminine cannot contain all of me. Neither one can hold all of me. There is no balance. My soul screams masculine, yet my body screams feminine. And I fight that, balancing between what is and what isn't, to find reassurance, to feel comfortable in my body, my skin. They tell me that I am wrong, that I cannot be the way I am, yet I didn't have the courage to say I was right. And somewhere inside of me, I knew I was right. I looked hard for an answer. My curiosity's fueled to find the truth. And then it appeared. Vikruti Evam Prakriti. All that is unnatural is also natural. An answer. Suddenly my world was turned. The Rig Veda, the oldest scriptures in Hinduism, reaffirmed my entire existence. And then I found out more. That there were others like me who were brave, who fought, who lived. The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred script, the sacred Bhagavad Gita, the song of our Lord, a sacred text that is meant to protect those in its presence, holds some of these stories of switching gender roles. Yet it could not shield me from the emotions it stirred. A tale emerged from the pages of the great warrior Shikundi, cemented into his masculine energy by a nature spirit, the Yaksha made female into male, and it came with a price. The Yaksha traded his male body with Shikandi. When the Yaksha king found out, he ordered for things to be restored. At death, Shikandi's body would be female again, but history would not be effaced. He would be remembered for the heroic acts in war, for all he had done in life. Shikandi was special for having embodied femininity first. But there's no spirit changing my body. This vehicle that is encapsulating my soul that feels masculine to me. Change comes with a price. Everything always comes with a price. I don't know if I could change my form. What if everyone acknowledged the female first? What if no one will look at me in the same way? I don't want to have this argument on the choices that I make, to hear that the Supreme Being made me a certain way. Exactly. I was made this way. To exist between the masculine and the feminine, to be fierce, to be me. The way I am is natural. It's okay to have shifting energies. And I recall the stories that I didn't hear growing up, the ones that I wish I had heard, the ones that I needed. At least now I know they exist. And so do I. I exist.